Hey guys, how's it going? It's I, the real Randy Chavez. This is gonna be so controversial. I got a call from my friend Thomas last night, and friend Thomas is a wizard on movies and directors and like just 100% anything media, like anything past like 1955. As like, oh yeah, this actor acted in that, this person directed it before he did that, and after I was like, whoa, like Wikipedia, incredibly smart in that aspect, and but he just doesn't really pay attention to politics that much. He's kind of like just kind of sees what's going around. He's like, oh, Trump tweeted that. Oh, Trump said that. Like, oh, I, and he's like, I think I'm going to vote for Biden. Just again, and not right or wrong. It's just that's how he's voting. It's like, who are you voting for? You voting for Biden? It's like I heard you say some critical things against Trump, and it's like, and I said, well, listen, I disagree with probably half of what Trump does as far as policy wise. But I do believe that there's a lot of good things that he does. And I went over this in another political video of who I'm voting for, Biden versus Trump. And basically he got to add, a bunch of controversial stuff. Like that one chick, I forget her name, Kate something, she had the AR-15 or an M16, whatever she had. Her graduation photos from college were with a weapon. And I don't know if like the college said you can't walk, or it was very controversial. And she goes and she speaks now, and she has questions for people. She goes to like college campuses, she goes to BLM protests, and she tries to have conversations with people. And I guess again, I don't know this. I didn't like research it. He said that he saw on an article or on like a webpage that she said that BLM is a terrorist organization. And I was like, oh fuck, how? So just what I've like heard and read and sifted through, I started to explain it. He's like, well, how did it start? And I'm thinking, okay, well, if you want to be technical, it started civil rights movements in the '60s. But I'm thinking, all right, I remember it back in like 2016, where they had a Black Lives Matter, and then like they actually booed Bernie Sanders off stage because he said, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, all lives matter. And this was before the all lives matter had like a racist connotation. I don't know, like whatever. So like, all right, it started in like 2016, and then it had a resurgence, I guess, after Eric Garner, the guy that had like he was just like selling cigarettes, which on a legal level, like, okay, yeah, selling cigarettes without a license, I guess, is technically illegal, and you should like fuck that though. Like, if you want to sell cigarettes, sell cigarettes. Just my opinion, whatever. And then, the cops that arrested him, they had him in a chokehold. Like, the dude's 350 pounds, like, no muscle at all, just complete flab. And the cops have him in a chokehold. I don't understand that for a second, but the reason the cops, I think, in that case got off is because he had a lot of underlying conditions, like, just because they tried to charge him with murder, and I don't think that was really murder. Like, did they mishandle the situation? Absolutely. Did they murder him? I don't think. It's a very harsh charge to, give out. But anyway, as I was saying, it's like, that happened, and then George Floyd happened, and I told him before I explained it, like, I wish everything would have been predicated or based off of, like, let's say Breonna Taylor. For those of you that don't know, she was someone that I don't know her past or anything about her, but at the time, I think the cops were doing like a raid, or they got the wrong house. She was in her bed. And like, I guess, like for me, it was a little different with veterans or anyone with a little bit of, kind of crazy attached to them. Some brace, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not going to, instead of having her side of the bed, but, that would freak me out. And I don't know how she reacted. But basically, she was in bed. They came in. She reacted somehow. They shot her, and she died. And well, again, that shouldn't have happened. And I wish this would have been based off her, because George Floyd apparently, again, not only did he have more drugs in him than a Rite Aid on the autopsy, he was a criminal, and he wasn't like I beat up this guy for assaulting my sister type of criminal. Like, he was like actual, like, multiple times. It was drugs, it was assault, it was a bunch of stuff. Again, should he have died? No. But also the cops that were arresting him, should they be charged with murder? Again, they were very, very careless, and they should be fired, and they should probably never hold that position again. But I don't know if I could charge them with murder. So anyway, as I was saying, I explained to them, listen, like, I guess, with Colin Kaepernick when he took a knee. And I've heard it argued successfully, I think by Joe Rogan too. It's like, all right, just taking a knee, I don't think is really disrespectful. And again, this is me, like, veteran, love America. I think it's one of the best countries in the world, if not the best. And just, little background. When you load what's called, like, special cargo, like human remains on an aircraft, like, there's no talking, there's silence. Some people say quick prayers, some people with hands over their heart, some people comforting people next to them, especially if they served with them, and they have flag draped coffins. You stand up, that's just what you do, and it's that's a really shitty feeling, having just to see that, especially if you knew them in some way or served with them in some way, and then to fly home with that. But so I completely understand the side of, like, no, you stand for the American flag, put hand over your heart, respect for people that fought for your freedom to do this. At the same time, I also see the side of anyone just saying, like, listen, like, you're not, like, America needs to do better because black people, specifically black men, are getting the shit end of the stick. Like, they are just, now granted, there's about 300, 400 million police interactions every year. So, that many interactions, something's going to go wrong sometimes. Again, there's a lot that happens, and a lot of what we see is just anecdotal scenes, and sometimes they're spun certain ways. But again, I get it. You see a lot of it, again, what's on the news. A black person dies, police were out. And I don't know how he explained it initially, but taking a knee in general, I don't think is disrespectful. When you say afterwards in interviews that, like, no, I meant it as, like, as like an F you to the flag. He meant it as just America is racist, and I don't think they are. Sure, some people in America are racist. Some people everywhere are racist. But there's also that, just, he wore socks with cops as pigs on them, and he just absolutely the wrong way went about it. I think if you said, hey, like, I am kneeling because I think we're not living up to what America's supposed to be, and I think we can do better, that's one thing. But for him to, like, kind of attack America and just say, like, America's racist, and just for that reason, like, like that, I think it's the absolute wrong way to go about it. But I told him that, and he said, okay, that's, started to make a little more sense. And I try to be, like, really middle ground, and I try to see both sides. So, and then he says, okay, well, what about, the BLM being, like, a terrorist organization? It's like, oh, man. All right, so again, military, I love people exercising their First, Second, any type of amendment at all. So, was it speech, press, petition, religion, and assembly? And while you're protesting, you're doing a bunch of that. You're assembling and speech, protest, whatever it is. Petitioning. And I feel like most times, most people in that movement, like 95% of them, again, I'm just pulling that number out of my ass, but I feel like most people are peaceful. But unfortunately, you have some of these people that just want to flip the whole board upside down, throw Molotov cocktails, beat up white people for no reason. Just, like, I do see a lot of racism, like, everywhere, not just, like, black to white, or not just white to black, black to white. Just everyone's hating on everyone. It's fucking weird. But again, those are just the things. Some might have been taken out of context. Sorry, I got a text messages, and I see that, and I was like, all right. Unfortunately, a lot of these protesters, and BLM as well, they are associated with these people that do these horrible things, like burn down businesses and take over buildings, and they just shoot people. And I'm not talking about Kyle Rittenhour yet. And I guess you want to call them Antifa, whatever you want to call them, people that just are absolutely counterproductive in every way. And like me as a business owner, I would never fucking go to any city or town that has like defunded the police, because like I'm not. How's my store going to be protected when I'm not there? Okay, I can live at the store. I can tell some friends like, hey, can you like help me out for these times when these protests are going on? Because I only have one, maybe two guns. Like I'm not gonna be able to defend my store in case something like this happens. If there's 10,000 people, I would never do that. So these people that are burning down businesses, a lot of them black-owned businesses, because these are happening in black-owned minority areas. D.C., Baltimore, Chicago, and New York. So a lot of these businesses are black-owned, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Because not only does that set them back, like their entire lives that they work to build, but it sets them back generations, because businesses aren't going to go there anymore. You're going to take money out of that place, just doing the absolute wrong thing. So, as far as that goes, I told them, listen, BLM is, again, with most of everyone is peaceful, but some people are not. And those small people, they decide to just ruin it for everyone. They cause billions and billions of dollars of damage. And it's just counterproductive. So yeah, BLM is associated with that. I don't believe they are. And he said, oh, okay, I get that. And I'm trying to think of the other thing he said. But obviously Ruth Ginsburg passed, and talked about that yesterday. Maybe I'll make another video on that, on just what the outcome will be. I don't know, but this is just kind of my attempt at just my points of view against someone who tries to see middle of the road. Let me know what you guys think. Am I wrong on certain things? Did I get facts wrong? Like, tell me what's going on. Help me grow. I love you guys. Real Randy Chavez. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Bye.